Hi Gautam. Hi Subham.
Hello,
Yes,
Santosh.
Hi
Hello, sir.
Shivam. Hi everyone.
Hi Sachin.
Let's wait for Ujjwal to join. Yeah. Oh, Ujjwal, hi. Let's wait. I think Ujjwal is joining back. Then we can start.
Uh,
Yeah. I think he joined using TechMIT. That's the reason.
Okay, okay,
he-
okay.
Hello.
Hi
Hey,
Ujjwal.
Hi, Ujjwal. Okay, so
Yeah,
I
I
guess
yeah,
Santosh,
we
you
can
can.
start.
Okay, let me share my screen. I hope Gautam recording has started, I guess.
yes, yes, yes. You can
Yeah,
proceed.
I got the notification.
Okay, okay. So yesterday we covered Goanywhere overview, what exactly Goanywhere does. After that, we shared links for the environments for dev, test, and prod. And today we'll cover that Go Anywhere infrastructure and design. Along with that, Go Anywhere access, I guess, will not be covered because that I mean, access is not yet provisioned. So we'll cover it later. And today basically we'll cover design and certificate renewal activity for Go Anywhere. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start with infrastructure part. So as I told earlier, for Go Anywhere, there are three environments deployed: dev, test, and prod. So here is the diagram for production environment. So basically, in production environment, we are having two gateways, and we are having two MFTs. That is in high availability and fault tolerance mode. And along with that, it is load balance, means they are active. So suppose that a
Okay.
user is accessing uh, MFT. So it is load balanced based on the requirement. Suppose that one job is running on this particular MFT, which is UK Force 1, then he or she will be redirected to UK 51. And as you can see, they both are in high availability and fault tolerance mode. That is, if one node goes down, then another will be active. Similarly for gateway as well. So in product environment, we are having two gateways and two MFTs. MFT is nothing; it is a go anywhere application basically,
Okay.
and it is based on in two different regions: UK 4 zone and UK 5 zone. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay, and so for these are the URLs. Load balancer if you want to access that server, or gateway server you want to access, and these all are hosted in Azure cloud.
Okay.
Yep. And like MFT, here are the links if you want to access those servers. That is UK force 1 copnet4.net and UK 57002.copnet4.net. So they both are fault tolerant and in high availability mode, and these means this setup is active. Means both the nodes are active, and based on the load, it will be load balanced. And if one node goes down, then another will be active. And same is the case with gateway. So this is basically this setup is basically for the production environment. Now moving on to the next environment. Yes. So here is the test environment. So test environment is basically having only one gateway. So if this gateway goes, then the application will not be accessible.
Okay.
And it is also having two MFTs, and these both are in high availability and fault tolerance mode. That is, this tab is also active. If one node goes down, then another will take care. And here we are having only one gateway, and this is also hosted in the Azure environment. So in production, we are having basically two gateways, and the only difference is that in test environment, we are having one gateway. And in both the environments, we are having two MFTs. So to access this MFT, we have functional account. That will be the common account. Here it is. This is operational account to do all the operational related activities. Like if you want to run the job manually, or you want to stop the jobs, or you want to see the projects, then this account will be used. And there is one application account which will use to restart the services for Goanywhere. If there is a long stop job or long running job, or if the gateway means that MFT is not responding, then in this case we need to restart the services for the Goanywhere. So this account will be used. Apart from that, there will be individual accounts. So I'm not sure how this will be configured for you in TACM, but these two accounts will be there for sure. One is to do the operational activities, and another one is to do the admin activities like the restarting the server, restarting the services, and so on. So these are the two accounts.
And credentials for these servers or these two accounts
Yeah,
that you
so
mentioned.
they are in the CyberArk. You need to copy it
Okay.
from there. They are stored in the CyberArk, and you will get access to that as well. And similarly, we have that account for fraud as well. Like you can see here, fraud. For fraud, we are also having the account. Here it is. One is app account. It is basically starting services and doing admin activities. And one is ops account. It is basically to check the project, configure the projects, stop the job, and move the file from one folder to another folder to create and to do any operational activity. This account will be used GF531150, and for doing any admin activity, this account functional account will be used. FA stands for functional account.
Okay.
Okay, so we are having functional accounts for both test and production environment to access the MFT and gateway. Now moving on to dev. Yes, so dev means we are having one gateway and one MFT, and so nothing is hosted here. It is just our playground. So you will hardly log into this account, and you will log into this servers only once you are upgrading or doing any patching activity. And if you are upgrading the version of the Goanywhere MFT, you will just first do it in the development environment. Then you will monitor means if there are any changes in the tool. And if there is no deviation, generally there is no deviation, then you will move to the test environment, which is this. And after that, you will move to the production environment. And that patching activity, the time interval is not defined, because they are releasing patches. Sometimes they take quarter to release, sometimes they are releasing monthly, and sometimes they are releasing two patches in a single week. So that frequency is not defined. Okay.
Okay. And what is the time duration we wait before moving
Uh,
from dev to test and then to production?
that is 1 week. Suppose you deployed or did the confirmance, the upgrade, version upgrade, then you need to monitor it for 1 week or for any
Okay.
deviation. Means
Okay.
it is not impacting system performance, or it is not utilizing the system memory, or means the
Hmm.
console is working fine. You just need to monitor those things, and you need to monitor it for 1 week. Then you can proceed to test environment. Then after that, you will move to production environment.
Okay.
Okay. So only thing is that in production we are having two MFTs, two gateways. In test environment we are having single gateway and two MFTs, and MFTs are in the active setup. And dev environment there is one MFT and one gateway. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So this is basically about the infra and design part. Also, we are having functional account to do the operational and admin activities. We are having two functional accounts in test environment, and we are having two functional accounts in production environment.
Okay.
So any questions on this? I hope means this is clear.
And in dev it is what accounts are used?
In dev there are. Let me show you one second. In dev environment there are means also functional account, which is this only one functional
Okay.
account. GFs means it will do all the application activities, because no operational activity is done as such, because there is no projects running in dev environment. So
Hmm.
there will be admin account. It is just to restart the services or do any sort of fetching. Only test and production environment is having operational account,
Okay.
operational functional account, because all the projects are working in test and production environment.
Okay.
So this is about infra and design of Go Anywhere NFT in different environments. Okay, so this is also done. So any questions before more proceeding further? Uh,
No,
Ujjwal,
not from my end.
Santosh. Ujjwal, you have anything? Ujjwal, we cannot hear you. Okay, okay. Sachin, are you there?
Yes, Shubham.
So you want to cover that certificate renewal activity?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let me share my screen. I have opened the document.
Go ahead.
So let me brief about you this activity.
Mm-hmm.
So as I told earlier that the validity of certificates in Helion environment is 1 year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have opened that console. Here it is. Yes. So you can see that it is a test MFT.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
Yeah.
CH is consumer healthcare. So you can see that validity is only 1 year. Oh, sorry. Here it is. So this certificate will expire on 31st of May 2024. Okay.
Okay.
So we need to renew this certificate every year. Means once a year we need to renew this certificate. So we have prepared a KB article for the same, which is here. And this is a yearly activity which we need to perform without any fail. And we need to renew the certificate for all the environments like dev, test, and pro, because the certificate will have only 1 year of validity. So Sachin,
Okay.
you can just take it from here. Sachin, are you there? Am I audible?
Yeah, 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 you are audible.
Okay, so might be Sachin, there is some issue on Sachin's side. No issues. So I'll take care. So before renewing certificate, we need to raise a change to perform that cert renewal activity.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Shubham. I'm back. I'm sorry I was away for a few minutes.
Okay, okay.
Uh, yeah, there was
Okay,
some
you can take it from
emergency.
here.
I had to attend my wife over here, as you know. So I had to
So Sachin,
go
if
for.
you are occupied, then you can drop. No issues.
No, it's okay. I can continue now.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall I share my screen or we can continue over here? Okay, you have
You
already
can
shared the document. Okay.
means you can continue
Okay.
here, or you can share your screen both
So
ways.
I'll do one thing. I'll log into test environment and I'll also have that document open so that we can do it side by side.
Okay, so please share your screen.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I just had one question. What is the time frame
Or your voice is breaking, Santosh.
what is the time frame?
Hello,
Eh, yeah, the voice is breaking for me as well. Not able to hear clearly.
Santosh, your voice is
Okay.
breaking.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, Santosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
am I audible too?
So
Yes, yes, visual.
yeah, you're also audible. So how soon do we renew the certificate before
Means before
expiry?
expiry, before 15 days of expiry, you can renew the certificate to be on safer side. So if there is any
Okay.
deviation or change does not go well, so you have the enough time window to again raise the change and try to renew the certificate, because the operational activity will go on hold if that certificate is not renewed on time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So I'll suggest to renew it 15 days prior to expiry to be on safer side.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sharing my screen now. Please let me know once it's visible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so basically, this certificate renewal activity that we're talking about here is specifically for the Goanywhere tool. So we need to perform this activity on yearly basis, as you know that a certificate is valid for 1 year. So right now the certificate is already valid, and let me check the current validity.
24th of May is what the previous one was.
Yeah. So this is 31st of May. Right, so this will be
31st of
expiring
May.
on 31st. Yeah, so this is the time when, like, before this you will have to renew this. Right now we won't be able to perform the actual activity, as you know that the certificate is already valid, but we'll just go through it, like whatever steps are there involved in that we can
Mm-hmm.
just try to cover up over in the tool, so it will have a better visibility of it. And this is the documentation which I'll be sharing again in that path, where we are uploading all the documents. So this document
Mm-hmm.
covers all the steps in detail. Right, so whenever we're performing the
Okay.
activity, you shouldn't be having any issues, since each and every detailed steps is covered in this.
Sachin, so do one thing, just zoom to so it will
Sure.
be visible. Uh, uh, one more time. Yes, yes. Now it is fine.
Okay. So login. Basically, we are logging with the admin user, like the credentials that we are using that will have an admin permission itself. So when the second step, when we are mentioning login as an admin user, it is nothing but the credential that we are using that should have an admin permission, and that you will be having definitely once you have the access.
So, for that access, to whom we should reach out?
Yeah, that will be, I guess, covered by Lucas, because access would be provided by Lucas. I mean, the permissions and all that would be involved for this would be provided by Lucas. Right, Sugam?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
I
We
I
will
guess
initiate the.
there will be some kind of approval required since it's admin access. Definitely two level of approval will be required for it.
Yeah,
Yes. So
there will
Lucas
be.
will be providing this access to you.
Okay.
Okay.
So you need to raise it on the sale point. So one access means there is two level of approval. One that particular team will provide you, and then it will be the product owner. Means Lucas will
Uh,
be.
and again, Sugam, like that was for us, right? That process was for us, and like we are not sure if it would be the
Yes.
same process
Also,
for
we not
them.
sure means how you configure it for TechM. So we cannot comment on that means how access is provided for you guys. But
Again,
for us,
admin access, if I understand correct, that is from
Permissions
the
on the tool. So this admin permission that we're talking is basically permissions on the tool, and that would be provided by Lucas
okay.
for your
Okay.
specific account.
Okay.
Okay.
because Lucas has the root admission access,
Mhm.
admin access. Right. So
Yeah.
basically, the first step is we are going to this part where there is this option called as encryption,
Mhm.
file-based keys,
Mhm.
and go to certificates. Okay. And here we need to open a key store wherein all the CSR that we are generating that happens within this key store. So we need to
Mhm.
access this, and the password for that is stored in Azure for us, the process that we are following. So let me check that. Yeah. So here we have key store for dev, prod, and test. Right now we are in the test environment. So click on open key store. Key store type will be other. PKCS 12. Key store location. And you need to enter the password, and then the key store will open. So the
Okay.
password that we have kept is in this Azure portal, Azure key
Mhm.
store, and we are copying it from here and we'll be logging in there.
Okay.
And so once we are in key store, you can see the previous certificates which are already expired. The ones which are in red, the ones that are highlighted in red are the ones that are expired. And the one
Mhm.
you can see, the current one that is active is this one, 2023 one.
Okay.
Right. So once we are here, we have this option over here to create a new certificate.
Mhm.
So as you can see, I'll just go by these steps as well, so that you are able to understand step by step. Right now we are on this part. Over here, we are inside the key store now. And the next step is to basically create the CSR for getting the
Mhm.
certificate. So click on new and then select new certificate, and then we need to complete certain fields for creating the CSR. So if you click on new certificate, these are the fields that we are presented with, and we need to fill all these fields over here based on uh, the values we have mentioned over here in this document. Right. Again, the
Okay.
common name and alias name, which are the SAN names basically. So that will vary depending on that environment. So this one is for test environment. So similarly
Mhm.
for dev and prod, you will be giving the respective domain names over there. The
Okay.
rest of the values would be all same. Mostly, yes, it would be all same. Yeah, and again,
And
this one is the email address basically for our mailbox that we have. So here you will be entering the one that you will be configuring on your side for the mailbox that you have.
okay.
Yeah, you had any query?
Yeah. And every time we renew this certificate, we create a new CSR.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
New CSR means we will just copy everything from the certificate. Means
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
CSR things will remain same, but just we need to provide the CSR every time.
Yeah. I mean, if we are creating new CSR, then again, private key, that is something which will be
Yes, yes,
recreated.
Yeah.
New.
yes, yes.
Correct.
That we need to do, but we'll means copy all the details like common names and name, everything will remain same. Only thing will change is private key.
Yeah. Unless and until there is any change in the domain name, there won't be any need to change it while renewing the certificate.
Okay.
Correct. So once we fill all these details and if you click on save, the CSR would be generated. And
Okay.
from here, I'll just stick to the document because we won't be able to proceed from here on the tool. So once you click on save, the CSR would be ready, and the next step would be to create the certificate. So we need to access the Helion certificate portal, and that is the same way like the other users are requesting the certificate, which is basically in a
Mm-hmm.
self-service way. So we are going to our tool. It is the same one that Sugam had showed yesterday in his overview. I'll again visit that
Mm-hmm.
Helion certificate portal. Yeah. Now, ideally, we can go for this Helion PKI certificate, which is an internal certificate. But then, as per the discussion that we had with Lucas previously, we are suggested to get the Sectigo CA certificate to be on a safer side. Because as you know, that Sectigo CA certificate is, it would be valid externally as well, correct? It is an external CA certificate.
Public.
So just to, correct, it's a public certificate. So just to avoid any issues with some users that might face with an internal certificate, we were suggested by Lucas to stick to the Sectigo CA certificate for our Goanywhere tool. So we are requesting the Sectigo CA certificate over here, just like any other user would in a self-service manner. We are filling all the basic details and along with the CSR, and we are requesting the certificate from here.
Okay.
Right, the CIID, what is the support group, contact details, etc. Common name, and all this would appear automatically once you upload the CSR
Yes, sir.
file. That's it. That's pretty much it. And once you submit, the certificate would be generated.
Okay.
And you need to download the certificate along with the trust chain, right? So all the root
Mm-hmm.
and intermediate certificates are included with that, and we need to upload the same in the tool. So if we proceed further as per the steps, CSR is ready. Steps to create SSL certificate. So right now the steps that I showed, that was to create the certificate. So once that is ready, we need to import this CA replace nothing but our certificate that we have created. So we need to
Mm-hmm.
import this in the tool. So again, the next is to select the action for certificate and then click the import CA. So if I go back the tool, so you can see there is an option called as import CA
Yeah, yeah,
reply.
yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you click on that, it will allow us to upload that certificate that we have generated.
Okay.
Okay. So that's pretty much it for the MFT. So again, as I mentioned, like Asuga mentioned in the design part, that we have gateway and we have MFTs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And right now, what we did, whatever steps we did, that was on the MFT specifically. So
Okay.
this certificate would be valid on the MFT as of now, but we need to also ensure that the certificate, same certificate, is imported, like exported initially, and then imported within the gateway as well.
Gateway. Okay.
Correct. So for that, we have certain steps that we need to take care of. Um, so here we are talking about MFT itself. Da, 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 da. Yeah, again, one more thing with the MFT. So in test and we prod, we have two MFTs, like both are in a load balanced setup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but again, on the tool, there are some steps that we need to perform so that the certificate is reflected on both the MFTs. So if we go to services, service manager. System admin server. Okay. Okay. So basically, there's an option called as system over here. So if you go within system, there is an option admin server. And
Mm-hmm.
once we are within admin server, we are over presented with this particular page. So we need to click on this server listener secured, then click on this SSL tab. And here we need
Mhm.
to ensure that we are updating the alias, because ideally it would be the one that we have currently. So the next time whenever you will be renewing the certificate, so this part
Mhm.
needs to be updated by us manually over here.
Okay.
So once you're done with the certificate part, like the CSR and all is done, certificate is imported, we will be coming over here on this particular option, and we'll be
Mhm.
selecting the one that is the current one. Like in
Okay.
future, when you'll be creating, you will be having, for example, let's say Goanywhere test 2024. So you'll be selecting that and ensure that that is visible over here.
Okay.
Okay, so that the alias is updated over here, the key store option. And again, the same similar steps that we need to do under this option, under this field as well.
Gateway manager.
A
Service.
service manager, and you can see we are able to see both this UK force on and UK
Mhm.
46. So these are the two MFTs that are there in load balanced mode right now. So if you go
Okay.
over this HTTPS option again, click on edit, you can see this server. Click on this SSL tab, and again if you scroll down, you will be to see how to, yeah, over here, listener default, this is the one. And if you scroll down again, you need to update the alias over here as well. So this we'll have to
Okay.
do for both the MFTs. Like as you can see, you are able to see it one
Yeah.
below the
Yeah.
other. Do it for both the MFTs so that it is up. The certificate is valid and updated for uh, both the nodes,
Okay.
right? So this is done for MFT. Now for gateway, we need to log into gateway server and initially basically export this certificate. And then once we are in
Mhm.
the gateway server, we need to import the certificate over there.
Okay.
Again, those steps, let me just highlight you. Yeah, so here we have export the certificate to be installed on the gateway servers. So exporting is nothing, but let me go back to that. Um, where were we in the key store?
Encryption.
File-based keys and certificates. Key store. Uh, yeah, so once the
Export.
certificate is visible here, you can click on export and the certificate would be exported in an .pfx, you can say, which will have all your private key. It will give you an option basically if you want to include private key or not. So yes, we'll have to include because we'll have to import it along with the private key in the gateway as well,
Okay.
right? And again, if you go back to the document, so we have mentioned the steps over here that needs to be performed on the gateway server to ensure that the certificate is uploaded correctly in the gateway server as well.
Mhm.
And now, ideally, there is no option to like directly copy the certificate in the server. So what we are doing is basically we are using the web web server. You can web user portal. You can say that is hosted on
Mhm.
the gateway itself. Let me show you that as well. Web client. We call it as web client portal or web user portal. Right. So basically, this is the portal. This is the way that ideally users log in and upload their files. So when we are talking about that EL creation activity, if you remember, file
Mm-hmm.
transfer activity. So this
Mm-hmm.
is the ideally the way that the users log in and upload whatever folders that they have access to. They would be able to view it like this, and they upload their files like that.
Okay.
So similarly, what we are doing over here is, since we can't directly copy that file over to the gateway server, we are making use of this web client portal, and that certificate that we have exported, that we upload it over here. And then
Okay.
within the gateway server, we will be again logging to the Goanywhere tool, MFT tool, and download that certificate from the portal over there.
Okay. And we need to restart the service after this activity, right?
Yes, correct, correct. We need to restart the service, and for that again we'll have to be inside the server. So right now, since I was just showing you the steps, I had logged in through my browser specifically.
Mhm.
Let me log into the server as well.
Yeah, just one more thing. Like,
Yeah,
if you can provide this, like you can export this XML file, the connection under connection, and you can add this file over the PKI folder, then that would be helpful for us. Like,
yeah,
we
sure,
can
sure, I'll do that. Yeah,
also, like, if you can add that document that you are showing right now,
yeah, yeah. Whatever
for
documents we'll be using over here in the KT sessions, we'll make sure that we are uploading over there in the PKI folder.
thank you.
So this is the server for the test MFT. Just open the services window, and here we can see the CKS Go Anywhere. This is the service that we have. So this is the
Mhm.
one that we need to restart.
Okay.
Okay, and again, let me also show you the certificate. Okay, that is in the, sorry, that is in the gateway, right? Let me log into gateway.
So that will be visible in the computer store, right?
Yeah, right. On gateway,
Okay.
we'll have to install it like normally that we do. If you are aware of the steps that we used to install the certificate, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Once it is installed, it is visible in our certificate manager window. So it will be visible over there. I'll show it to you over here.
Yeah, we might have to add into trusted root, or
Yeah, basically the certificates would already be there, but as I mentioned that we will be exporting it along with the intermediate and root certificate, basically the whole trust chain. So all the certificates will need to install it according. Like once you install, obviously the root and intermediate will also get installed automatically. But if you select personal folder, then all would be visible under personal folder only, right?
yeah,
So you'll have to move it manually to those respective. But then I believe those certificates would be already there because it's a public CA, right? So the
mhm.
trusted for a trusted CA, the root and intermediate certificates are ideally already present. I'll show it to you. Right. So you can see this is the one
Mhm.
goanywhere.test.copnet4.net. So this is the one certificate that is valid right now, and that was imported over here. It is the same certificate that we generated in the MFT.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
let me open the certificate. So this is the path for this, right? There are two intermediate certificates and one root certificate, correct? So the
Mhm.
same certificates would be visible under the respective intermediate and trusted root CA folders. right? This and this. These are the two intermediate certificates.
Yeah.
And if you go to
Since we'll be importing you with the chain, it will
correct, yeah,
automatically update.
correct, correct. So like basically right now it is already visible. So next time whenever we are renewing, there is no need. But then since we are exporting it along with the chain, so the certificates would be included along with it.
Yeah.
Right? So this was pretty much the overview of the steps that we perform for the certificate renewal of Go Anywhere. And
Mhm.
again, so for prod, as I mentioned, like Asuka mentioned, there are two gateways. So again, we'll have to perform the similar steps on the other gateway as well, and
Mhm.
then restart the services on the gateway server as well once the
Okay.
certificate is uploaded. So these are the steps for this.
And we do this activity for all three environments, right?
Yeah, correct. So initially we will be doing it for like for certificate renewal, like we won't be going it in the way that initially we'll do it for dev and then for test and for then for prod. So we'll be going by the certificate expiry, correct? So once we
Mm.
get to know that the certificate is about to expire, we'll have to perform this activity.
Okay.
Yeah, for like for dev and test, the expiry date is same or like different?
It would be different. Let me check. It would be different.
Also, like we have to raise a change request for that, like
Yeah,
for
right.
this.
Yes.
So if you can give an overview on that also, like how
So
what's the
change
process?
process, that is basically a process, right?
A
It would
general
be,
change request, you can say.
yeah.
This will require cab approval, right?
This will require CRAB approval for prod.
Okay.
For
Okay.
test and dev, it won't require CAB approval.
Okay. And is there any downtime that we need to check before doing this activity in production?
Ideally, the downtime that we mention is around 30 minutes, not more than that, because since it is a load balanced environment, right? So we won't be
Uh,
taking both the MFTs down at the same time. So basically, if you go by that, there won't be any downtime. But then, just for to be on the safe side, we are giving a downtime of 30 minutes. Like
okay.
just in case
Because
there any issues happens, then we will have that time to look into it.
okay, because in the document that you were showing, I
Mhm.
read a line where it says we need to check if there is any active
Active
projects
jobs.
running. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So before we restart the service, right, we'll have to check in the tool in the option where we check for the active jobs, the one that we
Mhm.
were showing yesterday. Let me show it to you again. Uh, Yeah, so basically we're just checking if there are any active jobs that are happening. If there is any
Mhm.
active job happening, so we'll let it complete and then we'll be restarting the service, because then nothing would happen. It would just stop the job basically. If you restart the service in between the active job, the job would get stuck.
Okay.
Right. So just to avoid that scenario, we have mentioned the document that just check for any active jobs. If it is running, then we'll just let it complete and then we'll be restarting the service.
Okay.
And yeah, so as I was mentioning, ideally there should not be any downtime because it is a load balanced environment. But just to be on a safer side, we used to mention 30 minutes of downtime. because like whenever you're performing this activity, again, you won't be taking down both the MFTs at the same time,
Yep.
right? One MFT
Yep.
at a
Yep.
time you will be performing. So there should not be any downtime technically. Yep, Sugam, so we have pretty much completed this activity, and
Yes.
sharing this
So
document later on, like once this call is over,
appreciate
I'll
it,
be uploading
Santosh
this document
and
as well.
Ujjwal.
Yeah.
So basically we are done for today. So if you have any questions, Santosh or Ujjwal.
Nothing. Thanks for this session. I mean, it is quite detailed, and it's good session that we are having in terms of KT. So I just wanted to thank you.
Yeah,
Yep.
the session are really good. So just I am having some question like we have to mark status as completed for the things that we have covered right now. So just I'm just want to check like go where access we are still pending, right?
Yeah, access part, I guess we are still pending.
Yes, and I think for access part, we believe Lucas. Once we have a
Lucas
communication
will,
with Lucas, once we connect with Lucas, then that part would be covered, right?
yeah, okay.
Because like access provisioning
So
is with Helion, correct? So that will have to be taken care by Lucas. So I hope like
mhm.
once Lucas joins, then maybe we can have a discussion with him on that for the access part for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
so
also I'll be sharing MOM for yesterday
Okay,
and
yeah,
today.
sure.
So if at all you feel any point I have missed out in that, please feel free to add.
Yes, Santosh, sure, we'll do that.
yeah, and so tomorrow we will go with PGP key creation and management, right?
Correct.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for your time then.
All right,
Okay.
yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yep.
Thank
Bye
you.
Thanks
bye.
again,
Bye.
Sachin,
Take
Gautam.
care.
Yeah. Thanks, Ajay.